Well, we did it. We have reached peak Entropia fame. Why is this? Because we pissed someone off for encouraging players. Yes, I didn't think we'd ever get to this day, but it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But with all the silliness out of the way, like that comment did give me a little bit of a chuckle. You won't find the comment, and I'm not showing the dude's name. He probably he either deleted it for one reason or another. I don't really give a shit. But I did find the whole sentiment of I am the reason quite funny. You know, if I'm the reason players are going to Rocktropia, then someone tell Never Die that, so he can like give me the kiboshka that I'm owed for driving so many players to Rocktropia. If you don't mind, I would like all of the kiboshka. Now, where the fuck am I? Not where am I, but where am I going? I am doing some Maffoid hunting, and I think we have had a fair decent go with the ones here. So what we're going to do is we're going to chillax right the fuck down here, and we are going to try to wipe out as many good old maps as we can. There's a lot of people hanging around, so you never know. We have... I just wanted to try my hand at them today. I didn't really want to go too gun-ho for, you know, a couple of reasons. One, you never know. Two, well, maps are one of those interesting ones. They're either going to do really good real quick, or they're going to do real shit. But as long as you don't go too overboard, they at least come pretty... You don't lose all too much while hunting them. But I will put up myself my Maffoid thingo. Come on. I'm not going to get to that. But we are using our 150 tactical with a 23B on it. So we're going to be doing a decent amount of damage. You know, if the weapon actually fucking hits. But we're going to be doing a fair amount of damage for these guys, so we're going to be able to kill them nice and fucking quick, which is always a good thing. So you got, you know, champions and hunters, and I think this mob here, it goes champions, hunters, and warlords, I think. Why? You might be wondering, why am I not hunting something else? Well, Maffoids are fun. You know? They could be fun. They can, you know, they can give some interesting stuff every so often. Just gotta wait for them to... There we go. And believe it or not, like, so you got the champions and all that over there, and I have hoffed over there before. No, I didn't hoff with those. I hoffed here. I was gonna say, like, I hoffed over there, and I also, you know, got a hoff here. But no, here is where I got my hoff. So you don't always have to go, like, all the way up over that way to get anything, you know, halfway decent. You can also just do these mid ones as well, the warlords, champions, and the hunters here. And I did also get pretty good ones with mainly the hunters here as well. So, you know, it really depends. Ooh, and a tier 4 component pretty quick. 2 of them. That's a damn good sign. A damn good sign. Because the good thing about the tier 4 components is they have one hell of a good markup. So even if we get a decent amount of those guys... Ooh, and we got our first mini. Very nice. Very nice. I like Maffoids. I like hunting Maffoids. I'm not gonna lie. I really like hunting Maffoids. I really do. Because when they bang, when they bang. When they're on, they're absolute fucking bangers. They are amazing things to hunt. And if I look at my... Oh, another mini! 30 PED! So we just got 20 and then 30. So there's 50 PED. Straight off the... Oh, we're gonna have such a good fucking run. Oh man, we're gonna have such a good run today with the Maffoids. If we look at the claim rewards, they also have, you know, a fairly decent reward size, which is always nice. Now we're already... What is that like? Yeah, we're gonna do pretty okay, I reckon. We're gonna do pretty okay. Obviously, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, because otherwise the yoke is on you, but I still think we're gonna do relatively well. You know, there's a bunch of people around, they're doing their hunting thing, they're doing quite well. So I'm assuming things are gonna go relatively well. This time of night is generally when I tend to get the good loots from the Maffoids. I don't know if it's a timing thing. You know, other people have been on during the day, they've been hunting a lot of the Maffoids, and then they've put a lot of the excess stuff has pulled. I have no idea. I'm not sure how it all works. All I know is it works well for me. It works well for me, and I've only had like 1 or 2 days hunting Maffoids where I've come away going, oh. Even if I lose like a little bit of PED, I've been able to hunt for a long fucking time. Because they tend to give you a lot of shrapnel back. So even if they only give you like, you know, 80% back, out of like 150, that would be like what? 135? Something like that? Something along those lines? You know, so it's not bad. It ain't bad at all. So it does make me very happy. Maffoids are very fun things to hunt. I mean, you might have your own specific mob that you enjoy hunting, but Maffoids are mine that I like to go to when I just want to chill. Have some chill time. I could hunt for a decent amount of time and just enjoy myself. Which at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to be able to walk away from playing Entropia Universe going, I had a good time. Whether that's relaxing, doing some gentle swanting over on Arcadia, swanting the Gallards. I know one of you guys really like hunting, swanting the Gallards. I like swanting the Gallards as well. Or another one that I enjoy swanting is the Subakumas. They're kind of fun. Every so often I'll go and I'll swant the Daikabas as well. They're a little bit more of like a challenging swant. But, you know, every so often they drop a weapon or things like that. So it's quite fun. It's quite fun. There was a 4 PED. It's not bad. That's not bad. So we're like 60 down and we're... Let's see, so 50... And we're 80. So we're doing pretty good. I reckon even if we don't get any more minis or if we don't get a global from these guys, we're still going to come out relatively happy. I think we're going to come out breaking even, like at the minimum, because we both, like we got that, we essentially, we got a third of our PED that we were putting in. We got that back. And I mean, yeah, we got to account for the decay of the enhancer and all that, of the amp and all that sort of stuff. Ooh, some more tier 4 components. And we also got to account for the markup of it, which, what was the markup? Oh, I got rid of it. I think the markup was something like 120, so... doesn't matter. I think it was around 60 something PED. So, you know, I'm happy either way. And I hope we get some more of those tier 4 components. Because tier 4 components are good. They're very good. They allow us to... they allow us to, like, get a lot of extra bang for our buck. That's why I like hunting the Maffoids. You know, like, sometimes then they don't play nice and they don't give you the tier 4 components, but, like I said, quite a lot of the times I still end up getting either most of my money back, or I end up with an insane surplus. I don't know if that, like I said, I don't know if that's just the timing and all that sort of stuff. But it's just how it happens. It's just how it happens. Like, what about you guys? Do you guys hunt Maffoids? I'm genuinely curious whether or not you guys hunt Maffoids, or do you hunt something else? Do you hunt the Pfeffoids? Do you guys hunt Ambus? Do you guys hunt, you know, are you a straight up curb hunter? Do you just do the Kerberoses and all that sort of stuff? Do you prefer Argos? What do you guys hunt? Do you exclusively hunt Brobots? Because it's gonna get to a point, right? In the future, it is gonna get to a point where I've picked a mob and I'm hunting that mob. It's gonna get to that point in the future, whether it be like a year or two from now. It's gonna get to that point. And I think everyone eventually gets to that point where they've picked a mob and they're like, yep, this is the mob that I like hunting, I'm gonna hunt this mob. And you know, all the more power to you. Ooh, we're getting close to no longer breaking even. Ooh, spicy. Let's see what let's see if these last cluster of guys can give us something interesting. Oh yeah, the emitters. I forgot they dropped these as well. These don't really have that much of a markup either. Like markup at all, do they? No, they got like 102, 3.6k. You know, sales. Yeah. I mean, it's fine, but it's a meh. It is. It's a bit of a meh sort of deal, you know. So right now we are just breaking even. If I go, yeah, we're just breaking even. If I even add in the tier 4 component and the markup for that, we're about breaking even. So we want to see, like, if we want to like get the goods, if we want to get the solid profit, which you should never really get into hunting for solid profits. You should do it for fun. Profits is like an interesting one, because in order to really see a profit when hunting, you got to be cycling thousands of PED, and then you got to be working with markup. So it's kind of hard. Of course, if you're swanting, that's a different story. Again, if you're swanting, it's a lot easier to turn a profit if you're swanting. But you know, it at the end of the day, it kind of just comes down to, you know, RNG, I guess. But you know, like, I guess if you know if you know what mob gives you sort of the best ratio of drop rate to markup, then I guess that's probably really good. Yeah, if you can find a mob that gives you like decent markup stuff, you know, stuff that's like over like 120% with really good drop rates for those items, then I guess you can kind of feasibly, and I mean, if you factor in the account that you'll probably end up getting globals along the way, I guess if you factor in everything, then yeah, hunting you could garner a profit from hunting alone. What do you guys think? Like, what do you think when it comes to making a profit just from hunting? Like, if any of you guys do make profit hunting, obviously don't tell us the secrets, but how difficult do you find it? Or has it become so second nature that you're able to do it without any issues whatsoever? I am genuinely curious. We are nearing the end of the hunt, and I really wanted to get maybe one more mini. We got those 2 bangers at the start, but then it trailed off. It fizzled off. It did. It just fizzled off. But we still have enough to kill a few more, so you never know. You never knew. Let's have a... Come on. Respawn, motherfuckers. Respawn. Well, at least I know from 150 PED, the 23B doesn't go down all too much. And this LC 150 doesn't go down a ridiculous amount either. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Come on, something pretty. Give us something nice. Give us some swirlies. Nothing. No swirlies from that one. Maybe from this one. And I mean, we could cycle. We could cycle our shrapnel and see, like, just how much we can get back. Like, percent-wise. That is something we could do. I'm not against cycling through our shrapnel to see if we can add a little bit of extra flame to everything. I mean, I'm going to end up using it for hunting anyway, so we could. Well, there was, what was that, like, 12? Yeah, it was 12 PED, so not ridiculously bad. We are technically sort of breaking even. Just from our ammo, we're breaking even. We're breaking even, Stevens. Now, here's the question. Do we cycle our ammunition and continue, or do we call a halt to proceedings and just be thankful that we got back, you know, if we add in this, you know, be thankful that we got back around break-even of our universal ammunition. You know what? Fuck it. Caution to the wind. Let's continue on. Fuck it. Why not? You only live once, yeah? And who knows? The next, you know, 3 mobs might be, you know, great or whatever. You never know. That is the gambler mindset, though. Oh, you know, if we just keep spinning, we might get something. But you might not. That one wasn't too bad. That was like, what, 6, nearly 7 PED? So that's not too bad. That one's not bad. We will continue, and we will hope. If anything, I wouldn't mind just seeing... I wouldn't mind getting some more tier 4 components. If anything, really. If anything, I wouldn't mind getting more tier 4 components. You don't... Like, I'm not going to be utilizing them at any time soon. But I am hoping to tier up my Philosopher's Sword, which, from memory, what was it, like 150? Yeah, 158 is the tier increase rate. So I wouldn't mind increasing my Philosopher's Sword because eventually this will become one of my more dominant weapons. Like, more dominant weapons of choice. But in order to tier it up, you know, I gotta use it. So we'll probably end up using that in... probably in the next hunt, I reckon. Yeah, we might go out and stab some stuff. In the next hunt, we'll go out and use the Philosopher's Sword and we'll stab shit. And we'll just, you know... we'll see how we do. We'll see how it do. Because, yeah, this won't work for these guys. I would need to put on a... definitely would need to put on a damage enhancer, which I will be getting a... I will be hopefully at some point in the future getting a damage enhancer for this. That is sort of the hope. But I would also like to upgrade to either the Archon Sword or the Hero Sword at some point in the future as well. Both cost a hefty amount of cash. but I think the Archon sword is like 70% efficiency. So, definitely one that I'm going to be looking at getting in the future. But, you know, I'll need to have a lot of PED on hand at the time, and I'll need to basically keep it all on standby, you know? And I mean, I've got a few okay swords that I like, you know, that work. Philosopher's Sword is good. Obviously, if you can find one like with better efficiency, like if you could find a unlimited weapon with like, or sword or knife, whatever you're using, with better efficiency, then sure. But for me, yeah, this works for me at the moment. It definitely works for me. Now, are we gonna get anything good? Anything at all? Nope. I am still a little bit sick, but I am slowly getting better. Figured out what it is. Just a little bit of bronchitis. You know, my daughter caught bronchitis, and then me and my wife and my son ended up getting it. Hey, there's 14 PED. Not bad. Let's see if we can get some more biggins. The biggins are where it's at, right? Because these guys... Okay, so the thing with Maffoids, right? So they drop animal adrenal oil and shrapnel pretty much at the same sort of rate, yeah? So this is your TT food, right? This is your TT food. Because the markup just is not there. You know, you could try to sell it for that little bit extra, but you really need a few hundred to really make it worth your while. But even still, you know, is it worth it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know at the end of the day if it is worth it. Could be, but I don't know. The shrapnel, obviously, is what keeps you nice and lubricated with the hunting. But the big ticket item is the tier 4 component. That is the big ticket item because that sells really nice. These ones, you can fucking take them or leave them. TT food if you like. Doesn't really matter. That one wasn't too bad. That was nearly a 5 PED. See, as long as you're getting like consistent 4 and 5 PEDs, you can probably like hunt them pretty aggressively, really. Pretty fucking aggressively. Let's see, we're down. Oh, just in this stuff we're down a little bit, but not a ridiculous amount. Not like a metric fuck ton. That was a good one. My dog is cleaning herself, but she makes the most fucking horrid noises. So don't you miss me? Yeah, you do. Strange dog. But you know, that's dogs for you. I have this thing with like chewing and mouth noises, and that extends to like my dog licking itself, and it just extends to that. I have no idea why. I think there's an actual medical term for it. You know, but I don't know what it is. Now I reckon we're gonna cycle this shratty as well. I think we're just gonna cycle the shrapnel until it's all used up, and we'll see what we come away with. I think that's what we're gonna be going with today. And I think, like, when you're hunting, that's kind of what you do. You're gonna use your ammunition, you're gonna cycle through your shrapnel, and you're just gonna keep going, rinse and repeat. And after a while, like, you start to notice, like, if you're using a lot of PED, you start to notice, like, a lot of the stuff that you lose more comes away from your decay. But I don't find the same thing happens whenever I'm using daily sort of weapons and stuff. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it's the markup. Maybe it's the fact that I'm not getting something, you know, and paying 115 to 120% markup. Could be that. Probably is that. But I don't see as big of a loss with daily weapons as I do with regular old bought, you know, BCs or LRs. I'm sure there's like an actual legitimate reason why that is. I just don't know what it is. I just don't know. And I might never know. I might never ever discover that sort of little tidbit of information. But it's alright. Yeah, man. Give us something good. I'm really hoping that they global. Really hoping that they global. They take a while to actually, like, if you're looking for a global, it does take a while for them to actually global. And even if you get a global, that obviously doesn't automatically say, oh, profit. Globals are just fun, you know? Sometimes you want to hunt for globals just for the sake of having globals, and they're always fun. But, you know, you don't always want to do that, because just because you get globals and stuff doesn't mean you're going to be turning a profit. Like, trust me, that ain't how it works. Sometimes, though, like, if you global off of small mobs, and I'm talking like itty-bitty mobs, then those globals, quote-unquote, are more like HOFs. You know what I mean? So, let's say you spend 10 PEC, and, like, bear with me, say you spend 10 PEC, like, killing a mob, right? And then you get 5 PED out of it. What would that be? That would be like the equivalent of spending 1 PED and getting 500. No, get 1 PED and getting... oh, shit. What would that be? And getting 50 PED, right? So if you end up getting like a good size chunk, it's like getting a big old global, but because it costs so little to actually get it, you see like this greater thing. I mean, you generally just get shrapnel. You're not gonna global on, say, a quarter turg puny and get all of this really nice stuff. It's not gonna happen. But, you know, you might... let's see where we're at. We're actually not doing all too bad, all things considered. Yeah, we're not doing too bad, all things considered. Oh, well, we're actually doing... we're doing pretty much what I expect for most of my Maffoid hunts to go. Like, 90% of my Maffoid hunts do exactly this. And then, you have the other 10% of the time where you get stupid, insane, like, globals and, like, HOF and all that sort of shit. Maffoids are weird. But I love them. I love them because they give the tier 4 components, and it's always nice when you see the tier 4 components. Of course, I'd probably get a better rate of tier 4 components if my mutant looter was higher. Because as you see, I'm getting a lot of the double shrapnels, and that generally says that your level wasn't, like, you weren't at a specific level to be able to get that other loot, optimal loot, consistently. But it's all good. It's fine. .7, and we're already up to like 50.9. We started at like what, 38%, some shit like that. So these are also a good way just to grind up skills. Like if you have a lot of spare PED and inevitably you're gonna lose it unless you get lucky, but if you don't mind losing a little bit to increase your skills, this could be a good one for you. It could be a good one for you. I'm not telling you that's what you should do, but it could be a good one. You'd never know. You just never know. Now, come on. Respawn, ya bitch. There we go. Now what am I gonna... how close am I with the... Alright, so we got like... we got a few to go. But with the... just gonna click on this. With the Maffoids, we're going to be getting... not sure what we're going to go with. I mean, since I do want to get my melee stuff up, I could go melee combat, but I'm going to be getting that using my melee weapon anyway. Choices, choices. Choices, choices. Choices, choices indeed. So that was a 4.5-ish PED. It's not bad, nearly 5 PED. It's always good when that happens. What are you gonna drop? 2.2 for that, so yeah, about 3 PED. That's okay. See, now usually whenever I hunt, and you guys see this a lot, most of the hunts that I do for YouTube, I won't cycle my shrapnel. I would go out, have, you know, 100 PED. I go out and I hunt, and I don't cycle. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's mainly a time restraint thing. See, this video is going to be like probably around the 35-40 minute mark. That would be my rough guess. And not everyone wants to stick around and see a 35-40 minute long video. A lot of people just want to, you know, continue on their merry way and not worry about it. But, you know, some people like watching the longer form videos, which is always good, but that's why I don't tend to cycle. But I feel, like, I find with certain mobs, Maffoids, let's see, the Maffoids, sometimes the Ambulamaxes, but not so much. Ambus haven't been all too kind to me recently, but definitely Maffoids, I really find almost like a drive to cycle my shrapnel because they've globaled and they've hopped for me. They do good for me. You know? They've done real good. So it's always sort of a almost like a not a superstition or anything like that. More of a, they've done real good in the past, so cycling just seems like the norm when it comes to the Maffoids. If anyone understands what I mean by that. I'm sure you guys have a specific mob that you cycle your ammunition with as well. Just because everyone has a specific mob that they really enjoy hunting. Whether that's a mob that you like to swunt or a mob that you like to straight up hunt. It all depends. Now, unless we get something really good, we're not going to be getting any big stuff back from these guys. Not today, anyway. But you never know. You never know. Because we got 117.6. Let's see, 1.3 times like 7, so that'll be so that'll be like 10. So it's like 127 PD worth of value from these. I'm not really counting these, though I should, but I'm not gonna. It's a tricky thing, right? Because these are they're vendor trash, so they get trashed. So usually when I hunt these guys, I come out with like several hundred PED, like several hundred, like easy conservative estimate, mate. Easy conservative estimate, several hundred. That's when I have a hunting sesh, and when I mean like a hunting sesh, I mean like 5-6 hours straight, sitting down, putting on some anime or whatever, and just hunting Maffoids. That's what I tend to do. Just all the way through. But I don't have that luxury. Because, yeah, we just hit the 35-minute mark. Oh, my throat is still all fucked. Sounds like I'm a prepubescent boy turning into a man. Turning into a man. Turning into a big boy. Well, we don't have too much left to go. We got, 9 PED, so we're probably gonna end up killing one more after this guy. And, yeah. Yeah, we'll end up killing this warlord. I might end up doing that afterwards. I might end up going back, getting some more stuff, and then coming back out on my own, not recording, to continue hunting the Maffoids. Because I have an inkling. That inkling could turn out 100% wrong. But it's an inkling nonetheless. Just going to convert this. Okay, so that was an extra couple of PEDs, so I'm just going to convert this. And we should be able to kill one more Maffoid. Lucky last. Let's see how we go. And, like, all things considered, not a ridiculous loss. Like, really, not a ridiculous loss at all. Like, a lot of the time when you cycle through, and might as well kill one more. It's a hunter. I should be able to kill this with the, with the shots that I've got. If not, I'll just finish it off with my Philosopher Sword. But I should... Nah, I've got this. And that would finish her up. Just barely. Just barely. We will convert the Shrappy. And we will go back and we will see exactly what we got. From that, we lost... Oh wow, only like 5.5 from the amp. Which isn't actually too bad. That's actually quite good. 5.5 from... Oh, I cycled through quite a few. So that would have ended up being what? 250 universal ammunition, so like 250 PED cost of universal ammunition cycled through, something along those lines. So there's 120, 122. So let's say 122, and this, obviously we're going to go off of the, let's go off of the week. Let me just do a little bit of a quick calculumification. So with that markup, this comes to just over 10 PED. So this comes down to about 132 PED back from a 150 PED cycled through quite a lot. So that actually, like, obviously not TT cost. TT cost, it comes out at a little bit below, but that's not all too bad considering the amount that I cycled through. So, and I didn't lose all too much. That's actually not too bad. Let's see what we got with skills. Laser damage, we got a good amount with the laser damage. Like, hallelujah, that's awesome. I like to see the increase in the range laser damage. So I reckon I'm probably gonna have to... See, even though I do free-to-play stuff, I'm also a depositor. Okay? I don't know if people did or didn't get that, but most of you guys that have been around for a long time know that I deposit, but I also do free-to-play stuff to supplement because I make content. Because I make content, I have to deposit. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving it there for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you made it all the way to the end, comment pineapple. Just, just pineapple. Or some play on the word pineapple. Apple pine, pineapple, pineapple, if you made it to the end. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. You all take care, and I will see you in the next one.